That was pretty loud. Ugh. Okay. Hey boy. Piggy. Piggy, 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 piggy. Okay. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, hello. Hello, error. Huh. There seems to be an issue here. So. Okay. So, I've come to a certain conclusion that I might not make these things work in whatchamacallit. That I want it completely, but in Unreal and texture-wise, but I will make them work to my advantage, as in how I'm going to present this. So, yesterday I decided, well, before I already decided to completely exclude textures as in Substance Painter, with a few exceptions. Well, textures in general. That I'm going to basically not use textures for texturing anything, except to giving the wall a bit of texture, just to see like, okay, this is a wall, like a bit of a roughness. and the outside. So basically, the sky, there's gonna be trees and particles and everything that's gonna be colored completely. It's gonna be like normally made, but everything that is on the inside is gonna be gray. Now, to make this work even more and like sell itself, I'm gonna make this scene as if it was used for cooking recently or is being used at the exact moment. Now, what this means is I'm going to be making a lot more props, a lot more baking, which pleases me, and also a lot more complicating or complex things, as in, okay, I'm gonna put like, let's say, not a towel, like a cloth, a rag or something here or there. It's gonna be exactly as it would be, like realistic, just without any color on the inside except on the outside. So, that being said, we got a lot of things here. Environment set. What do we got here? Foliage. So I got trees of sorts. I don't know what these trees are exactly, but we can actually take a look at it. Actually, no, it's the Dropbox. The horrible old new Dropbox. Wait, oh no, it's in kitchen. Here you go. Why is this following me? So basically, from this picture, you can see there's a few trees, like one specific here, and I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Oh, this is a big tree. And that's perfect and accurate. But despite its accuracy, we're gonna adjust it to our needs. What is this? Scale it? Is it something like... Yeah, okay, now it's much less twitchy. Cool. So, perspective, wow, okay, this is not gonna work best, but let's just somewhere up here. Okay, a little bit to the left. So we have our... So even if it's literally just this, it does and or gives enough of a feeling as in, okay, something outside is green. And that's usually all that is needed to project height, because like, okay, this is obviously a tree. We're gonna just like put it, well, maybe a little bit away, doesn't matter really. Maybe a different tree, maybe something a little bit more skinny. Something like this, maybe. And all of this, and all that this does basically is just tell a story of the outside. Now, there things like these, well, trees like these, sometimes they look a bit too skinny or not skinny enough. I'd like a few branches a bit more stand out. Like, actually like this one. So, I'm just gonna take this away. It's a lot closer to what I had before, maybe a little bit higher. Now I need something in the back to show that, okay, there is something more in the back. Just a lot farther back. But it also gives it a nice look of, okay, this, actually there's a double branch of sorts. Just, you know, populating it A little bit here, a little bit there. Maybe a pine tree or something, like a little bit sharp with not as many leaves, or these things. And it adds a lot to telling a story. Where are they? Let me hear this. So, even if it's just a little bit, times that's all that's needed. Because already you see there's a bit of variation somehow, somewhere, but there's no color variation, so might be better to add an almost dead tree. Because of the color. Now I can still put this somewhere in the bag. Hide it, doesn't really matter. Putting something here. Now you can tell that there's something more to this now. There is a really big tree, but it's hidden. And it's a different one. Somewhere on the edge here. So maybe move this tree a bit more here, and move this one a little bit closer here, so you can see there is something here. Maybe make it bigger, just put it somewhere to the back so you don't see all the errors, so to speak. Okay, so now you see less of the errors. Yes, phone, yes, phone, yes, phone, I know. So, from this picture we already see, okay, so here's a big tree, there's something else here, and there's something else even here. So, maybe we can make this even more interesting. Hey, how you doing? I'm just planting some trees, some happy little dead trees. Setting the scene. So let's see. Oh, nice choice, nice choice. Very good choice, I might add. 1920s are a fun time. Okay. Hey, Pepe Le Pew. Ooh. Yeah, you can ask 30 questions. Pepe Le Pew. Wow, that is retro. That is retro. Actually, see what's going on here. No, you can't actually, but it's perfectly nice. So let's put this little thing somewhere here. So that it's not completely empty. This, twist around a bit. So already we got like forest going on. You can tell that it's supposed to be very high. Even if you look at from the sides, you see that there's something happening, but maybe more trees should be over there. If you got renders or screenshots, you're free to share them. I'm more than interested to take a look at them. Oh, it actually came in nicely. Very cool, very cool. What if I just put this a little bit to the side there? No, actually not noticeable. No, too perfect. Something like this. There we go. So now it's pretty swag. So currently I'm a motion designer primarily using After Effects and Cinema 4D. I know how to model and all the good stuff. Recently I downloaded Unreal. When modeling do you model real world? Yes, everything should be real world size. That's a different thing. It should be in the size that it actually is, because it helps with I said this many times last week. It helps with shading. So basically the way light falls in, or is calculated in most programs like Unreal, Unity, Cycles, Octane, basically in any program it's real world calculation. So basically the way it falls in real life, they also made it to represent that. Now if you have something that is 1 centimeter big and you make it and you work it in a scale like so that it's 10 meters or 100 meters, when you light it, it's gonna look different than when it's small, the way it should be. So when modeling, everything should be 1-to-1 in size, or at least as close as possible to it. Everything here is in 1-to-1 size except the trees, because I scaled them down. I could always just like push them down using the modifiers, but this just gives me the controller like within arm's reach. So yeah, everything should be done within size. And yo, I'm still not seeing the render or screenshot or picture of the thing you're working on. Ooh, so the trees have to become... Actually, let's do it movable. Right. Stationary. Changing it but not moved. Enables cache modes, cache dynamic shadows, movable. Yeah, let's just do this. Come on, palm tree. Oh, not a palm. Pine tree. It's pine. This branch thing. Now, theoretically, it should have a different effect on here. No, it doesn't. Okay. So the lighting as it is. Where's my light source? Theoretically, now let's just build it. See how it works. Also, I'm not working as an optimized anything. It's literally just visualization. Oh. Overlapping you easy, I know. Not my fault. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a difference. I actually caught something. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. No, not this one. Where did I put it now? I literally just clicked it. Oh, it's here. Okay, cool. I wouldn't say the lamp is too skinny. I would say the lamp is too round, because it might just be literally the design you're working with. If you have a reference, well, you're gonna notice these things later on, but the bevels here are way too broad. Because let's say 1920 desk lamp. So let's say you're working on one of these. This is just one example, but most are in this style. The edges are usually very, very sharp, or not as wide as in your example. Like this is very, very beveled, so I would assume this is either a certain type of glass, but if you're working with glass that is like this, really, but I think they're much less like this. Although in this case, it's exactly like this, and I'm completely wrong. So it depends on what kind of what's the reference you're using. But I will say that the thing here, the pole, is a bit on the curved side. Again, I don't know if it's the reference, but it's much thicker than this. So I would actually say make this thicker or this thinner, and to be straight and not that curved, because we're going into different territory. Because in these days it was literally just one dimensional. It's like smack it into a certain size and then just a straight line, either flattened or just like a straight curve, but you have a bit of a concave convex shape going for it. But it's distinguishable. I know exactly where it was from. But maybe the table needs a little bit more bevel, but that's about it, honestly. Also, question what kind of table we're using, because I think in those days the tables were flush to the ground on one or both, usually on the outside, and on the inside you have these legs, while on the outside just like one flat thing. But most times it's also on this side and this, and it's at times ornate on the bottom here. But it's literally just details. You got the shape. I know would have known exactly where this is coming from. It's just small details noticing. Start using PureRef. Pepe Le Pew says, Le Pew, thanks. I also dabbed a little bit in Substance Painter. You can do some amazing stuff with even erase surfaces and create edges for more details. So when do you actually do something like this? Because sometimes you could technically save polygons and do stuff like that in Substance Painter. How is the translation from Substance into Unreal from your perspective? I mean, I model everything in Blender. So basically I have a high poly, a low poly bake, and then transfer. Like, okay, so I have this oven as separate pieces. Here, the low poly as again a separate piece. But here, all of these things I joined into one texture. Oh, that's an interesting bake. Now, looking at this piece is 23,000 polygons, because each and every detail is made physically accurate. Then you go to the low poly. Let's just hide the textures. It is 149 polygons, and you can already see I'm cheating here. Now, on the high poly, this is baked. It has all the details of the high poly on the low poly bake, but it just fakes everything. The texture here looks a bit weird because the way it calculates it. But in Unreal, as you can see, it is all perfectly acceptable for what I'm using and how I'm using it. So every time you do Substance, depends on your case, at least for games and most things, well, for games mostly, you go from a high poly to a low poly bake, which saves all of your details, but in just like a 1% footprint in terms of polygon count. So so now let's see the difference, yeah? Yeah, okay, as I said, this is very, very straight, but okay, you got the curvature actually correct. Let's see it side by side. Actually, I would say you could curve it a little bit more. Weird, I know. But you got the shape right. Okay, this could be a little bit higher, and this part, let's just put it side by side. Side by side like this, okay. As you can tell, this part here, this is very flat and angular with a little edge here. Here you got it raised up to a certain amount, and then it's way too curved, but okay, doesn't matter. This thing is well enough, but you can see there's a little bit of a step here. You basically looks like it has maybe one step, but it's a bit too curved, and sometimes some areas are not enough. This looks like there's a bit of an edge going, like a bit of a curve going like here. So if you're using subdivision modeling, add another loop to the bottom and to the top, it just straightens out. This little thing is very cute. I think this could be done otherwise. Like this looks like it's a thing looking at me, the face. Well, it should literally just be like a straight pole going inside of it and like a big ball at the end. This I don't see, but I think it should look over the top of it, like it should reach somewhere here. It's like saying, okay, there is something here. But overall, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I have no issues with it. And the table? Ah, the table. Very good. Okay, cool. So this table, you got the design, like you got the idea right, but this one's obviously longer. But for your case, as a detective table, it's sort of fun. But this is a really freaking long table. This is like a meter long, something like it. It's very deep. Okay, this is missing, as I said, some detailing here, but yeah. You got the basic shape of everything right, so that's a good start, where people have issues just with that. So cool. I got nothing to say here. Okay, here, this little here thing is separate. It's not connected with the table. It's literally separate here. So keep an eye on those things, as well as this thing here that is missing. Yeah. Shape-wise, you're getting there. So slowly but surely, you're gonna make it better, nicer. I'll recommend, if you can, add a chair, like add a nice 1920 desk chair, something like a fuck off detective chair like this. But this is gonna be like a real test to your skill, because you got one shape, second shape, like just prop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you make this shape-wise similar or something like it, you're on a really good track. And yeah, this, then maybe a little typing machine. Is it a typing machine? I forget what it's called. Yeah. Oh, and a coat hanger. Like, get a coat hanger, chair, typing machine, maybe a few pens, pencils on a table, and basically you got a scene what I would say is acceptable for your level. As in, you know exactly what it is. It could use a little bit more refinement, but that all comes later on. So yeah, good job. I really like this one. I really like this lamp. I really like it. It's got so many of the subtle details, like just seeing as this could be made from one thing. Yeah, I like it. I really like it. Very cool. Hats off. Ah, okay. Oh, Pepe Le Pew just wrote up a novel. I also read about modular modeling, the whole concept. Is it ever wise to use modular modeling approach? Yeah, of course, 90% of the time. The more modular it is, well, actually, it depends, but it's kind of important. I'll give you an example. Oh, actually, that's great. Since you can nowadays pretty much use perpetual modeling like in Houdini to resolve large-scale problems, create city skyscrapers, and so on, is it still worth to create modular houses, for example, for unrealized, or just model one by one more authentic style? Okay, you got a few problems here. Modeling one by one takes time. It adds to the authenticity, but if you make it modular, you can literally make just a portion of something and then duplicate it in such a way that it hides all the issues. Like I could, oh, phone, of course, phone. Give me a moment. You. Yes, pasudama. I apologize. Okay, now let's get back to the thing we were talking about. Okay, so the benefits of modular modeling is so that, let's say, you can make a house, let's say a 2-story house, or let's say a 4-story house. If you just modeled that house by itself, you'd make like story 1, story 2, like ground floor 1, 2, 3, 4, and a roof. Okay, but now if you dissect the house as in ground floor, basically you have a door, a few windows, and then the second floor. Okay, cool, and then you just multiply the second floor and add a roof on top of it. So like, okay, that's cool. That is faster. You don't have to do 2 additional floors. Now, you can dissect it even more. You can make the window a modular asset by itself, the door by itself. You can make 5 different windows, and you can make like 1/2 of the roof. So basically, you can make a 100-story, like a 10-story house using just modular windows, just modular approach of modeling things, and just stack them so you can become creative as much as you want, and you can basically say create about 10 different houses like this, a 1-floor, 2-floor, 5, 6, whatever, just from, let's say, 10 assets. And that is much better than making each house by itself. There is a benefit to singular, like making 10 different houses, but it just takes so much time. And then if you say, okay, one has like rock texture on it, sure, you'll just put a texture or model everything by itself. Everything has a reason and everything has its own approach. Now, I did a let's just open this, a project I did before. This is the project I did before I started this one. Now, I do have a modular approach to this. Now, this is a train cabin. So here I have a wall. Here I have the wall with a window, and here's the door. Okay, cool. Now this here is the bed, seating arrangement, flooring, this stable window, and basically everything is just singular modeled. Then I come to the finished product. You see this door, I mirrored it here. This wall, I mirrored. The seating arrangement, mirrored. The bed, mirrored. This, mirrored on both sides 4 times. 1 picture frame, mirrored. This, duplicated, mirrored. It all depends on what you need. Modeling this way as in modular is better because the engine sees 10 models and 10 textures. So let's say one model has 1 texture. So that is basically 20 draw calls. And out of these 20 draw calls, you can make 100 buildings, and it still considers as 20 draw calls. But if you modeled 100 unique buildings, it would count as 200 draw calls, as in 100 models, 100 textures, and that is resource heavier. Granted, these days that's not a lot considering what you can do with what you can do, but still, if you want to say port something like from a PC to a Switch to a GBA, no, to a DS, to a Switch, to whatever, every little piece counts. Of course, you can adjust things by LODs, poly counts, texture resolution, particle, whatever. You can adjust many ways, but if you think about things in the most optimal way, or at least a optimal way, you can save so much more time, so much more effort, money, just like man hours. There's just more to it than just, oh, I want to make it look good. You have to think, how can I make it look good and be effective? Because there's technology behind it. Now, I have a powerful computer. I have a Threadripper, a 1070, 8 gig. My computer can handle most things with ease, but I use it for work. So, of course, I'm gonna have a good computer and the same computer for, let's say, fun and games. But imagine somebody that doesn't have such a strong computer. Maybe somebody has like a 4-year-old PC now, and they're like, oh shit, I want to play the newest games, and if I make my game the most advanced non-modular thing, they're not going to be able to play it. But if I play it, make it modular, there's a possibility of them playing it, and I have complete control of how something works, and before I make it, I can already calculate how much resources it's going to make, it's going to take. So you should always think modular where it's needed. If it's a one-off prop, of course it's going to make a one-off thing, but But if it's gonna be used multiple times, of course, you're gonna make it once, then it becomes modular because it uses it many more times. But then the thing is, how are you gonna texture it? Are you gonna texture it once and then just change the color texture, the color layer of it, the color material? Are you gonna change the size? Are you gonna do this and that? And then you start thinking, maybe I can do this one modular thing even more modular. Like I can make this couch itself. The legs, they are modular. So if I wanted to make this a bench, I could theoretically make one of these sides and then just mirror this, and one portion of the middle, and then just multiply it a few times, and then it would become resource lighter. And I have only one of these legs, duplicate it 3 times, and it's still resource lighter than the thing that I already did. So it all depends on the context, the need, the game you're trying to make, the use you're gonna get out of it, and the technology or platform you're targeting. I'm just making this for myself as a visual experiment, just like learning. And this doesn't matter. This has like 4K textures. This is not usable. I try to optimize it, and the wall is one 4K texture, and everything else is 4K. It's optimized, but now I have like 16K textures. It's not as optimized, but for my use case, it is good enough. And it's gonna run on most computers because it's a small thing. Now if I had 20 of these textures, it might be a different story. In the final render, if you have a model with separate parts, do I need to join them? Join them all? You don't need to, but you can. I joined them because if I go to Blender, and if I want to, let's say, export the oven, I'll have to select these things every time. And when you import something that is, let's say, out of 5 parts into Unreal, it's gonna recognize its 5 parts and it's gonna throw them in the engine as separate parts. But if I throw it in as one part, it's gonna be one part. It's gonna be easier for me. Also, Unreal is gonna know it's one part. It's one draw call and one texture. If I do this as separate parts, it's gonna be 6 parts, 6 draw calls, and 1 texture. So it's already resource heavier. So that's why what I'm texturing here is this. I know this is going to be together, this is going to be one texture, it's going to be not a problem. Same as this, and the sink itself, it's all thinking about how you're going to use them later on. Okay, how do you do, okay, now we do this all the time. This is from an old project. Let's see. Exactly this. So basically you can use this to make like, what, I don't know, 100 houses, and each are unique in their own way. And when you have like 100 of these houses, nobody's gonna notice it's the same house, but also there are, I don't know how you call them, we call it Versnahisha, which is like one design of house in an entire row or an entire neighborhood. So you can basically make one house, duplicate 100 times, or a few modular pieces, and make each house a bit more unique. So yeah, modularity is great. Also, you kind of want the more people to play your game if possible. Hell, I'm even thinking about turning this into a game, just like because of the art style that I've got. Like gray, textureless. I actually really like it. I literally had this idea yesterday, but I had like a headache, just like thinking, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm like, oh, blah blah blah. What if I just make the outside colorful and the inside gray? Perfect, this is what I'm doing. But there's a lot of potential for visual, visual interest. But of course this is not optimized, this is not perfect, but in the end, who cares? Nobody. Except me. So yeah, okay, so let's go about this. As this is perfect, it's time to duplicate this. Oh, see, this is sort of lagging. Oh, this is actually pretty nice. Control Z. I did this a few times already, but it wasn't perfect. So now, and this is modularity. Like I baked everything on this one. I'm gonna transfer there. So boom, done. Let's do this one then. Oh. And it's lagging because it's what, 200,000 polys or something. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's one of the limits of Blender. How did I just... Say what? Apparently you can duplicate things without texture. Or is that a bug? Huh. That's interesting. There you go. Your mom congratulated me for the scene. Thank you, Mom of Yom. What, congratulated? I feel loved. So okay, let's see. Oh, here I have these legs. Just gonna do this. This. And again, these legs are modular. Like I'm literally dragging duplicates of these legs around the scene, and I'm gonna duplicate them again and use them with the oven. Nobody's gonna notice the back leg, but I will. That's all that I care. Let's see. This and somewhere like this. It really doesn't matter. But it's, well, enough. Now we have something that resembles a scene a bit more. Interesting. Well, it has 4 legs, don't worry about it. I mean, I can delete the corner one, because nobody will notice it, but yeah. Now to make things a little bit more interesting, hold on, let's do this. So cursor to selected, run 3D cursor. Hey. Oh, this is gonna be a bit difficult. No, actually, it's not gonna be difficult. It's gonna be totally fine. Select this. No, it's not closed. It's open. I could close it, but in the end, it's just darkness, and I'm gonna do the renders something like this or like this, or just straight up like this. So it's never gonna be like, oh, you see that there's nothing down here. In the end, even if it's gonna be shadow, it's gonna be dark. So it doesn't matter. Everything is black and white. So yeah. Now this, and the bottom portion. I'm gonna throw this out, and now have the 3D cursor here. Object set origin, 3D cursor, and now I'm gonna just rotate it. Hello, I forgot something. Then 3D cursor. So now it's gonna be like this. The way it actually is. Now I could move just this, but I have rendering here, like baking, so it would look very, very odd. Now I have to do this. Separate it, and something like let's just do like this. So it's already a bit more interesting. Now let's get this going. Oh no, no. Let's get everything on this. So just throw it off a bit so it's not at an exact location. Join it. Vertex, merge vertices at distance. One thing. Cool. So now it's again one prop. Oh yeah, I'm very proud of this thing because it was a nightmare to make. Now there are a few issues that I have with things I made, like how I got about to doing this. Like, let's say the oven door here, which is non-existent, which should have been glass, but we're gonna skip that. So not everything is perfect, but it's still good enough. Let's say I could even make one of these drawers open. The problem is, there's nothing inside it. So if I wanted to make this a scene, like an actual use scene, I would have to like think, okay, what I'm gonna make inside of it. This cable going nowhere? Good point, good point. It's because modular, I'm using this. No, this. There you go. This. Oh wait, totally forgot about something. Oh. This. Now we're cooking. Again, this is not the most correct thing in the world, but it's still good enough for my use cases. And you can tell something's not right because this is the only thing that I downloaded and fixed up instead of making myself, which I should have just made myself. But hey, it still looks fine. So now, this is one texture and one model, duplicate it. Beautiful. Now this. Let's see this. Actually. Bloop. Something like this. Move it here. Rotate it. Something like this. Move it to here. There you go. Now you go. Vertex face. Now I'm just gonna do it like this. Just hand move it. It doesn't matter. So there we go. This is done. So this, export FBX, props. Of course, organizing these things I kind of messed up in the middle of the way, but this is just one visualization and it's a proof of concept. And again, I'm learning. So this is kitchen base final, I think. That's it. Content. Oh no, this is cooking. Okay. See, I even messed up the naming scheme of everything. Yeah, kitchen base final cooking. So let's go to here. Work. Blender. Okay. Perhaps kitchen base final. Import. So is this correct? It's not correct. Let's just delete this. Where's the cooking? Doesn't matter. Import. This can go bye-bye. And this will come in its place. Because I messed up the naming scheme, it has issues, and hello. But now, all these things are here. That thing is there. So now, let's do the other things. So let's sockets. Export FBX. No, sockets texture, socket wall height base. Where did I put all these things? Like, I literally don't remember. Doesn't really matter. Delete this. No, not this. Not this. Whew. Almost messed up. Window, whatever. Force delete. Props. Import. Now take this, put it into 0, 0, 0. Boom. Just as good as before, everything works. Yeah, that might be a little bit much, but just think of it that way. Like, those little things you press on, that can be one prop and you can duplicate it as many times as you want, and maybe let's say make a long one, a small one. Make the shape. Just make the shape, no need to be exactly. Again, it's just practice. You're not making this for anybody else than yourself. So, oh, this is actually... Oh, this is one thing? Oh, okay, cool. So let's do base sync. Export FBX. Kitchen. Sync, not float. Hey. Sync. No. Force delete. Sync. There we go. And now it's done. It looks much more interesting now that everything is like fucked up in its own direction and way in place. So yeah. Also, my plan for today is just to stream as much as I can, because I got nothing else better to do. So let's see, where is this window? Black and white. This is just as well. Oh, why is this so dark? Why is this so dark? Why is this so freakishly dark? I guess it really... Oh! Is there a texture? No, there isn't. Huh, that's not good. That's gonna have to be fixed. Let's fix it right now. So, because I know it's dark, means that this needs to be recalculated. Yes. Now select everything, export FBX, kitchen, where's kitchen wall, kitchen. How do I name these things? See, this is the thing. Oh, kitchen height. Okay. So this is the thing that I kind of like forget a lot of times. That is, well, what even is part of this? So window frames. Ah, okay, got it. This, this. That's everything. Okay, cool. So now export FBX. Hello? I really don't recall what I... Oh god, this is such a catastrophe. Oh no, actually, no, not even. not really. Selected everything. Deselected this, deselected this, deselected this. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one though. Select this. And deselect this. Sport kitchen alone. See, I don't work on this one day and I already forget most of the things. Files, wall, kitchen master. Oh no, wait. Oh, it's fine. Kitchen low. This is just black. Why is this black? Cabinets, default. Sockets. Me. Actually, no, screw it. I'm gonna keep it as it is, cause just I'm not gonna make a render like this. I'm just gonna make something like this. No need to see this. It's gonna be something like this. Not even that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'll even need it. It's a nice to have, but not a must have. Okay, so cool. With that done. This scene is just a clusterfuck. Okay, so now I figure out why things are the way they are. Okay, so this, buy by texture, buy by texture, buy by this, buy by this, vertex, merge vertices by distance. This. Now this is one thing, beautiful. Same as here. Join. Vertex, measure vertices by distance, beautiful. Cool. So now. Oh, I also got this. Actually, let's just join all these things together. Distance. Cool, it's one thing. So now. I am indeed stupid. Sometimes I'm too fast for my own good. No, still wrong. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, these things are separate. Cool. So they're supposed to be separate. Just some things are supposed to be joined. Okay. This. Even I made mistakes. Vertex, merge vertices with distance. Fixed. By distance. Cool. So now this is good. Maybe nothing. Spices, sure, whatever. Nah, this is gonna have its own nothing texture. Now, I should have done this differently, like put them in a straight line somewhere, something. But that's gonna be for the next thing. So I'm gonna get one more thing. Another container. As I was looking if things might look good or bad, I'm gonna open this puppy up. If it's gonna be enough to have like a few spices variations, and in the end I'm like, why not add another one? So yeah, I'm adding another spice. I'm just gonna add it here with all the rest. Actually, this could prove to have some errors. So. Wait. Cool. Actually, no. There you go. Now, to make this easier, let's just transfer all these things to collection. So now they're all in the same place. So now I'm gonna do something like this. Have them be like in a straight line, separated, so there are gonna be no baking errors. Both? Yes, both. Cool. This. These are like here. They're gonna be somewhere like here. This little buddy's gonna go over here. So. Cool, so now I have them all in the same area, so they're not like thrown around. What is this? Wait. Whoa, how is this named? Oh, it's named okay, I just... Sponge high, sponge low, so because it's low, I'm gonna send it there. Doesn't matter this. Detergent high, detergent low. Move it to low. Coffee low. Spice high, spice low. Pepper low. Salt low. Cool. So now I have all these high and low. So now I'm gonna add another one. Cylinder. So it's 0.12 high. So I'm gonna add it like to this height. But it's 4.7 wide. There you go. So now we have another spice. Projecting. Okay. So this is around like 2. This is where the separation is. Something like this. Move it in. Yeah, pretty much exactly. But also, everything itself is a little bit lower. Actually, no, let's just make the shape first, so somewhere around here. A little bit lower. Like this. Transform, somehow. Kind of bevel the bottom, which is somewhat like this. Cool. This actually has a little bit of a shape to it, so I'm gonna make it slightly bigger. Put it in. This to it. This thing. All I'm doing is approximating, because like I used to be a stickler for exactly the same, like making things exactly the same, but it doesn't matter. If it's close enough, it's good enough for majority of things. And this is gonna make it slightly gonna become invisible, so sometimes it's better for it to be not exactly as it is, just because it looks nicer. Now go in. This. And there you have it. Spice bottle. It's not exact, it's far from exact, but it's a level that is good enough. Well, actually no, I could do this better. Let's do it a little bit better. I messed up the shape a little bit. Do it again. So let's make this thinner. So let's go about it again. And this is better, I think. In the end, it doesn't matter, because it's close enough to good enough. So now, okay. In order to populate the kitchen scene itself, I'm gonna need to do dishes, pots, pans. Oh look! I have some of those. Let me go get them, but first I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna get more water. I got a few things. I don't have enough space in the kitchen, so I just have stuff drying in my room. Now, okay, basically now what I'm gonna do is do a lot of the filler stuff, such as I said, plate. God, why is it so difficult? Plates, pots, pans, shredders, whatever. Sometimes it's difficult to remember a few English things despite talking most of the time in English. So again, tape measure, important things. 24 times 24, of course, because it's circular. And how big is it? It's only 4. What? 4.4. There we go. I don't need any more. Well, how thick is it? 24 by 4.4 by 3. There we go. So, now I'm gonna have a cylinder. Got the microphone here. If I move, I'm gonna just get a boom mic, just like have it hanging somewhere here above me, so it's not in the way of my keyboard and of things, despite it being kind of comfortable to be here. So, okay. Where am I? Oh, okay. So 0.24. Yeah, but the cable is on the numerical keyboard. Fucking damn it, keyboard. Shit. Okay, so let's just shade smooth this, do this, modifiers, wait no. Cool, so it's 24 by 0.044, so this is the height of the thing. This is 4 millimeters, whatever. So theoretically this should kind of be like 0. This can go fuck off. Thank you. This is like this. It should be like this. This can go low. Actually, I need to do this still. Am I extending this, or I'm just pulling? No, I'm just pulling it in. Just like this. Okay, cool. So this is the plate. Now we're just gonna add a nice little bell to it, and it's gonna look fantastic. There's already an issue, as you can tell. So actually, I'm not that far off. I'm actually not that far off. I thought it was different, but now that I know that it's not, it's pretty much, well, it. Actually, it could be a little less. Actually, the bottom is connected with this, so something like this. Yeah, pretty good. Now subdivide it. Subdivided, I'm gonna have to split this in 2, something like this, so now it's nice and rounded. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. A huge oversight in my part. There you go, this should be correct. Of course, I can always make this a little bit bigger in order to, I don't know, satisfy. Like this. Pretty nice. Although it's not exactly, but you don't know. This one subdivision. So this is a plate. It looks kind of weird. It looks a bit different. I'm actually bothered by this. I'm actually bothered by how... Oh. See? I know there's something wrong with it, I just don't know what. The bottom has another edge to it. Where is it? It's actually quite close. Like this, yeah. There you go. So theoretically, let's just be accurate about it. So 3.5. Yeah, this won't work. So let's just get a cube out. Cube. 0.035. Okay, this is higher than I expected it to be. So somewhere around here. So this is what I go through with everything, where something, or when something doesn't work. You just gotta look at it again, figure it out, and then you see what is wrong. Now the problem here is I don't have the slightest feel of how to make the inside. Actually I do, but also the inside is a bit like this. So now we should have it. If it's not good, it's not good. Whatever. We just need it to be good enough so that I'm happy. Everybody else doesn't matter. So this has... Actually, I can do the insides at the same time. Something like this. Let's do 3 subdivisions. Actually, this is... no, this is perfect. And this is maybe a bit more accurate, but yeah, doesn't really matter. One subdivision. There you go, and the plate is done, finished, finito, tutto bene, whatever. Now we gotta go out. So this is plate. Here. This is plate high. table is too small for the amount of shit I got on it. Next, let's do... How do you call this? Like the thing you stir the soup with. That is wooden. It's not a spatula. It's not a ladle. I forgot what it is called. But it's an integral part of my kitchen. So let's measure it. Now this is a good point of reference for you, Pepe Le Pew. Like, I literally measure out everything, even if for something as unimportant as this. I could just Google the thing off the internet, like scales, but it's faster if you just measure things here. No, I didn't do the UVs. Okay, well, let's just do the low poly for this. Basically, I named this plate high, so I'm gonna duplicate it. So I have two plates, identical ones. Send off to low. Oh, I didn't make this low or high either. Okay, let's just do this. Let's say spice to high. Duplicate spice to low. Okay, low. And this one is plate low. So let's do the plate. So I have here subdivision surfaces. The way I modeled this is basically I just removed the modifier and a few tweaks, and it's already done. So subdivision surface, I'm just gonna remove this because I don't need that many polygons. And this weighted modifier and this auto smoothing, shading, whatever. Oh, I didn't. It doesn't matter. Didn't do it enough. Now, this shouldn't be flat. Neither should this. So I'm just going to, well, first off, I can remove any additional polygons that are unneeded, like this. I don't need all this accuracy whatsoever. The rest can stay, because they're nice. Yeah, on the inside, don't need this. Realistically, I can reduce this by a ton, but I don't need to. It's just going to be a real-time render with nothing special on it. And there, this is retopologized in the most crude way possible. Now to retopologize correct, to do the UVs, I'm going to select the outer ring. This one, this here. I'm just trying to see like what are these things I can flatten without consequences. But it's a plate, so well, doesn't matter. So this thing is gonna be flattened. This thing might have an issue, so I'm just gonna put another loop here. Cut it here. Actually, no, where the cuts made? Oh, here. So I'm gonna add the cut here. On the inside, mark seam, and now it's properly subdivided, UV'd. Actually, I can leave this mark seam. Now mark seam, clear seam. It's gonna be not as good. Actually, I was wrong and correct. Oh, no. I forgot about this. There we go, so now it's circular. Because you're not gonna see a lot at the bottom. And it's just gonna be curved, so it's just a bunch of curves. So it doesn't matter. Now this thing, on the other hand, is different. So, wait, is this... I left all of this. Wow, impressive. I'm so good at this. Remove this. Remove this. Is there even a difference? Let's see. Never select, doesn't matter. It's on the low UV, you don't have to do the high poly UV, because you bake from high poly to low poly, and the UVs are only borders on which the topology is being projected. So if I have, let's say, I have a battery and let's say this lip balm, just for example. They can be two different shapes, but they have to be close enough. So if I if I have this as a high poly, I just have to extend it over the size of this thing, and it's just gonna project everything outwards or inwards. So basically, when it's gonna go outwards out of this angle and downwards out of this angle. These are very incorrect or incompatible shapes, but basically everything goes out. So this top of this is gonna go out of the top of this, and it's gonna project a little detail on here. It's gonna be completely incorrect, but it's gonna be good enough, because there's no UV on here. It's literally just vertices or normals going outside of it. Yeah, it doesn't have to have a UV on the high poly, because if it did have to have it, oh, this industry would be a clusterfuck more than it is already. Let's see, how did I do this? I can just do that. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. Good enough. 1, 2, 3. Good enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, unnoticeable, especially this. This is good. Now I could literally connect this together, but as you can see, I left all of them as high as I could just to keep the detail. And I'm gonna keep most of these things intact, because, yeah. Oh! No. Get back. Misclicked something. There we go. Actually, this can be done. So there you go. This joined in. No. Collapse. Collapse. I'm gonna UV this here. Here. This here. How did I do this? I just wanna see it the other one. Like this pepper. Okay, it might not be the best UV in the world, but it's still good enough for my use case. Like this. Let's just like seam. This needed clear seam. Clear seam, mark seam. Clear seam. So now, that's the bottom. Clear seam. So now, if I just transform, shoot that up. Oh, there could be an issue here. So I'm gonna fix this. So the head of this thing, it could have an issue because of this. So mark seam. What is the issue? Oh, I completely forgot to add a loop there. No. Mark seam. Now it should be good. Now it's good. Yes. So now these two things are retopologized. Oh, so now let's do the. I'm really itching what this is called. Translate. No. There's no real translation for it. We call this kuchonica, and I just learned that that is a cookbook, but it's a special word that everybody uses it, but if you Google it, you get mostly cookbooks, and translation to English basically doesn't exist. Somebody find out what this wooden spoon is called that you use for cooking, and please don't tell me this is just a Slavic thing we use. And everybody else uses just plastic spoons for cooking and stirring things. Wooden cooking spoon. It's literally wooden cooking spoon. It's literally called just that. What? What? Kitchen wooden spoons. I never thought of that. Okay. So apparently we have a name for this, and English doesn't. Yum, is there a Spanish name for this? Because doesn't matter. Okay, so the thing is about 28 big. And the head is about 5 point something 5. Okay. This is weird. No. A spatula is what you use to... Actually, oh yeah. I consider this a spatula. Give me the name. Wooden So this is a oh no. Well, this is interesting. So we call We don't have a... If this is called a spatula, we don't consider it that, but we don't have a word for spatula, the thing you flip pancakes with. I don't have a word for that, so... This is interesting. I didn't know that. Hello, welcome to stream, Lino3D. In German they're also called a cooking spoon. Oh. Wait, how is spoon in German? Wait. I forgot a lot of my German. So it's Kuchen... Kuchen is a pastry, is a cupcake. Yeah, it's Kuchen. It's something that you... Kuchen is something that you bake. But it's called Kuchen. Wow, this is... Languages. Wow, weird. I'm just bombarded with information right now. Kochen. Oh, yeah. Kochlöffel. Okay. Oh, we're learning so much today, chat. Oh, boy. Wait. No. This thing I gotta start differently. No, okay, I still need a cylinder. But I'm gonna do the head first, and I'm gonna extrude the body out of it. 0.05, so 5 centimeters. And how thick is it? So on the end is 0.5 centimeter, and on the sides is 1.4, whatever. Oh. Yeah, I figured that much. I used to be fluent in German, but years of not speaking kind of does a number on you. So, but what can you do? So this here, 2.005. There we go. So shade smooth. There we go. So okay, now I'm just gonna extrude a little bit of the bottom. I'm gonna cut away a bit at it. Oh. Damn. No. Yes. Yom, you're back now? God, you missed so much. You missed so much. How do you call this utensil in Spanish? It's a wooden spoon to stir food. How do you call it in Spanish? So this, like this. So how do you bevel this? This should be a little bit. Chicharron. Okay. Learning so much. Okay, so this, like this, a little bit. This is fine. It's so fun having so many different nationalities in this stream, just learning a lot of stuff, like things you never imagined. Thanks for the follow, a little bit. Appreciate it. It's not a spoon. Oh, big spoon. Yeah, we also don't call this a spoon, but I mean, it actually is a spoon, so who are we to correct anything? Why did you have a mental breakdown? So, oh, this is, oh, no. Circle. Okay, let's transform. Transform. What about now? Circle. Yay! Circle! But this is probably gonna break this. Not the best, but there you go. Actually looks pretty nice. So let's add a subdivision. Broken. Let's not add a subdivision. Let's just bevel the edges. Let's do this. Oh, too much from the back. So this has to go back here. Huh. Actually, no. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. I'm actually very satisfied how this looks. Okay, this looks cool. If I had a subdivision, it just breaks everything. Let's join this like this, join like this, take it a little bit down. Okay, cool. So now this is... I'm using my own word for this just to make it easy. Wait. High version has to go low. This is low. Now you're gonna delete this, this. Okay. Okay, this. Anything else? No, not really. Cool. Now, I think this is actually pretty good as it is. And I'm gonna just collapse this. Collapse this. So now we have this nice looking thing. I'm gonna UV the heck out of this. Now this actually might not be the best thing on how to UV it, but again, it's not gonna be noticeable. It's gonna be like somewhere totally unnoticeable. Still. Yeah, mark scene. Now this. Now this should be it. Yes, and it is. It's not the best, but it's enough for our needs, use case, whatever. Cool. They're all gonna look clean, but they're gonna be positioned in a way that it's gonna look dirty, because they're just gonna be like on top of each other. Because that's another thing I want to try out, see how you can perceive something without a texture. Basically, it's just gonna be, as I said, the AO and normal texture baked on it. But if you see like dishes stacked one on top of each other neatly, you're like, oh, that's clean. But if it's like just randomly thrown about, you think like, oh, that is dirty, despite the lack of a texture. Much like the entire kitchen, it is basically clean looking and spotless, but you know it's not. But there's like an assumption of this is dirty. Well, yeah, that's kind of like what I really like doing, like storytelling with the mind. I'm not telling you anything, I'm just giving you visual information. You need to make the story of yourself. Somebody might see this as like, oh, there are people that put clean dishes in the sink. They're weird. And it's just another interesting theory or idea that person has. Now let's do a cutting board and a knife. Now, I don't know if I told this story, but we had a game jam like a few months ago, and there it was like a hiring game jam, basically, where you make games. The game jam was sponsored by a company, and if you were good enough, they would like consider hiring you. It was basically like a hiring thing, talent cap. And basically, we made a the theme was retro, and we made a Mario, Tetris, and Pac-Man clone. We made all of these retro game clones, and then we gave other people to play them. One of them was a girl my age, 1 year older, so 29, and she has never played Mario. Like, how do you play this? It was like, we literally copied the mechanics one to one, everything, and she was just like being very bad at Mario, like the first Mario Brothers. We were just like, how is that possible? And it was something that we never thought about, how much is actually knowledge that was introduced at an early age, because to most people, Mario and games like that are just like second nature. Okay, fine, Mario, you didn't play Mario, good. Then we gave her Pac-Man, and we just made an environment with like ghosts coming after you, and then 4 pellets on each side. Now, the thing about those pellets were, when you pick up the pellets, the ghost stops chasing you and you can eat the ghost. Okay, cool. Self-explanatory. But we just, for shits and giggles, just put on like those bonus score pellets, just like, oh, we're gonna just add the pellets. And we made the ghost eat the pellets. Fine. The girl never played Pac-Man. So to her was like, how do you do this? What do you do? It's like, what do you mean you haven't played Pac-Man? Okay, cool. And then she started collecting those pellets that got 0 points. I was like, why are you doing this? They're just like there for fun. Collect the big pellets. She was like, no, but the ghosts are eating them. We got another piece of information. Because she's never played them and we visually made the ghosts eat the pellets. She felt like, oh, I better get them because that's something I have to do and the ghosts are just lowering my score. Like, why? Oh, I have to get them and then I'm gonna get the big pellets or else they're gonna start chasing me. But she never realized that the ghosts always chased her. Luckily she played Tetris, but just the fact is that knowledge is not directly transferable the same way to everybody. And we were just like scratching our heads like we found the one person that never played Pac-Man. So it was an interesting twist of events. Or Mario for that matter. So yeah, you can't, from that moment on I never assumed anything of anybody. Because you just don't know. At least for games. Okay. So where is this? Divide by 3. Cool. Thanks for stopping by, Pepe. I hope to see you again soon. Oh, thanks for the subscription. I just noticed. Yeah, I don't have the jingles on my side. But take care. Have fun. So how thick is this thing? It's like 4 with a bevel at 6. So this is 10, so 9. So this is also like 11. Cool. No, this is bad. This is bad. Why am I doing this? So okay, let's just add. Let's do a 9. So 6. Cool. So this is where things get thinner. And now this is gonna get a little bit wider. Wait, no. Well, let's just have fun with this. And now there's a thing here. So now I'm not sure. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I can just move this to the side. Like I got so much shit here that it's amazing. So now let's bevel the living daylights out of this. So like this. Whatever. Random number. What's a bit more correct? Like this. Now these things look about to have the same bevel, but I could completely be wrong. Except for this thing, this has its own big bevel. I'm just gonna give it. Well, well, what you don't see is that I have most of the kitchen in my room. The only thing that is in the kitchen is the sink and the cooking devices. So basically, yeah, my kitchen, my room is my kitchen. So yeah. Ha! Okay, so now cleanup time. No, just this, invert, faces. Bottom portion. So like I have all the spices, all the food like in the fridge here. The back portion is all just stuff to go on the food, like pasta and so on. Oh, this is actually a very, very tight bevel. A small one. I don't like this. It's 12 square feet, and that's about it. It's not huge, but it's very comfortable, I'll say that. So let's go back, because I don't like the way this looks. I mean, it's all I can afford, especially at the moment. And there's no dining room, there is no seating area, there is no what is it called where you have usually TV? No living room. So basically this is the room that I'm most of my day. Well, yeah. And then I have 2 bathrooms, so that's good. And I live with 4 other people, so yeah. Am I gonna add the hole here is the question. Yes, let's just add the hole because it builds character. Now the hole is some actually it's pretty nice. So I made the thing as big as possible just to find like the center of the thing. And I just noticed a really big issue with the thing I did. And you can tell that I'm just working fast and not paying attention to anything. So let's just adjust this thing. So. Now it's correct. This was bothering me. No end. And it's simply a cutting board and I'm spending so much time on it, but it's important. It's an important thing to do. There you go. Good enough. So let's boolean. How is this gonna work? Nope. Different supply. Nope. Not great. Delete. So let's put boolean on. This thing? Now there is a hole. Beautiful. And it's nice and clean, which is very rare, so it's appreciated. No, too big. Like this. So let's just make it slightly smaller. This thing, and there you go. So cool. This is, I call this Deska, which is basically just a board. this. Okay, now go to low. Remove this, remove this. No. And I goofed again. This is the high. And this is the issue that I have. This is the high, not the low. So duplicate it, send to low. There you go. Where's the high? Oh, okay. This one is gonna get all these details. There we go. So now, how am I gonna do this? Well, one way is just literally reducing the poly on this. Somewhat do this. No. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I figured that one out. I literally just forgot about it at this point in time. But yeah. No checker select, like select whatever you want, then select, checker, select. Yeah. But thank you for reminding me. But things so small as this, I kind of don't bother. Even though I should be optimizing things, but sometimes I just don't give a shit. But still, thank you. A lot of helpful opinions have been shared here on the stream. So, but I've been literally looking for this thing a few days ago, and that's when I learned about it. So, yeah, if you were going to hear a few days earlier, could have helped. There you go. So now, this is this, and we're just gonna add a little cut here. Mark seam. Boom. Oh, no, wait, forgot something. Forgot this little doohickey. But Lion, tell me, what brought you to the stream? How'd you find me? We're just browsing on the Twitch thingamabobjig. Some people found me through ArtStation, some through Twitter, weirdly enough. I'm just wondering. Okay, let's get the next thing. After this bowl for cornflakes, I'm just gonna do this grater. Have this one dirty plate. Oh, really? 2 tags? That's cool. Like, there are not that many people streaming 3D, or at least not that I know. and most are characters, so it's not in my wheel of interest. And I only basically follow two people. One, somebody that found me through the stream first, and I watch him more than he does me, because I used to be at work at those times. And some other guy that I follow on YouTube, which does rare streams. Okay, cool. I mean, because it used to be like the ArtStation supported like embedding streaming, and I got most of my viewership at that time through there. But they kind of like said, no, this is not worth it. I'm like, okay. Because I used to have like 8 to 10 viewers on the regular about a year and a half ago, until they messed up that, and then they messed up creative. So 15 and a half. Oh yeah. Okay, 8. Yes, phone. Oh, Pepe. Thanks for the follow. I just got the message, but I see the thing on top. Oh well. I'm just talking too much and not thinking. So 15 and a half. This is gonna be a lot of stuff, but we gotta fill out 4K texture. So cylinder 0.155. There we go. And it's high. Yeah, this is 8 high. 0.08. Shade smooth. This cool. Smell. Actually, let's see. 4 or 5.5 ish. Something. So if this, let's just get this in. And just add it to the edge here. Let's add a different thing. So this is here, and this one, no. 2 down, and like this. There we go. So now we have a nice little bowl. The thickness is basically nothing. Yeah, it doesn't matter even. So let's see. Let's go down a bit. Music? I hope the music is okay, because this is some music that I never listened to. And it's literally just Sailor Moon graphics all the way. Okay, this is a bit weird, but yeah, let's see. Oh, it's perfect. It's literally, well, okay, not perfect as I thought. I mean, I got the inside to be perfect. So it's something like this. Yeah, it's something like this. At least based on touch. Oh wait, we gotta do something else also. Now it's looking sassy. slightly a weird bow, but there we go. Now let's give it a little bit more of thickness. Just like a cereal bowl. This is gonna go to the side. Cereal bowl high. No subdivision needed. Okay, low. Low. So what do you do? Well, you know, are you a modeler? I would assume you're a modeler. Do you stream? You have like just like 3D in your name, so it's like, oh, maybe this guy streams or something. I actually do. Who knows RC car modeling? And I see either Keyshot or Octane render, but apparently haven't streamed the last 2 weeks. Oh, which games company? Out of curiosity, if it's not secret. Only Blender. Oh, cause I saw like a hit, like I was like, okay, it looks grainy, so it could be Blender, but it could also be something else. And the depth effect was like, yeah, I haven't seen this in stock Blender, so. Or at least I haven't done it, so okay. Cool, another Blender head. There's just so many people doing Blender these days, and what the fuck happened here? What the fuck happened here? Well. Oh well. Something went wrong. Something went terribly wrong. So let's try to fix this. Huh. Good enough. Okay, cool. I'm satisfied with this. Collapse. Very cool. Let's see. Cut it here. That should be okay. Over 11 years. Wow, that is a lot. Egosoft. Wait, I think I remember just like. I think it's a site that has a really bad website. If I remember correctly. Yes, 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 that is it, that is it. Yes, I remember this. Because I was looking around Germany to, like, apply for a job. Yeah, I remember. 11 years on Blender, God. You've probably seen some shit. So I've been using Blender for about 5 years now, I think. Don't count me on that. Don't quote me on that, but... Let's do this like this. No. Mark seam, clear seam. Where is it? 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 Where's the seam cut? Oh, here it is. There you go. Yes. I have seen the UI before the UI before the UI. Yes. What was it? 2.4 or it was 2.5? I think the big one. Then 7 and now 8. Yeah, I've seen some shit. I got the Blender just because it was free software and I thought, like, I've been to Max, like, it can't be that much. Max can't be that much better because they all have the same functions. So, yeah. I started Blender and haven't looked back. Ooh, this is horrible. Where am I? There you go. Ah, this is fine. This is gonna be fine. Oh shit! No! What happened? No. Cool. Yeah. Also, it helped that the school that I was going to had courses, like beginner courses in Blender. I was like, yeah, I need every help I can get. And it took a month until I got used to it, and then just, yeah. Best decision, I agree. So now let's do something a bit more fun, like this cheese grater. So I can start. Oh, I didn't clean this well enough. So it has cheese on it. It's all dried up. Okay, so I can either start with. No, I'm gonna start with the dangerous part itself. Now, God, just the reflection, it hurts my eyes. It looks the same both ways. To be concave and convex. Look at this. So how the hell am I gonna make this? How the hell am I gonna make this? Because we know how I'm gonna have to connect all these things to make it work, but Huh. This is gonna be a difficult one. I think this is gonna be the hardest one yet. A cheese grater. Difficult model. This is gonna have to have some thickness to it. Or else it's gonna look weird. Okay, let's start with it. So let's see, the part is like 16 something half. 16 and a half. I'll put it there so I don't cut myself. 16 and a half. Just grade the monitor. And about 8.5. Half 18.5. Uh, 0.088. Okay, so cool. This is the size. Yep, looks about the same. I have it on the bowl at the moment. So, in the middle, there is a cheese cutter, like whatever. So it's somewhat like this, and this is where the grading happens. So I think I'm gonna just keep it flat, to be completely honest. So the topology is gonna be fucked to oblivion. But when I'm gonna bake it, it's gonna be when I'm gonna bake it, it's gonna be flat, but we're gonna have a little bit of height to it. But the transparency of the holes is gonna, oh no! So it's gonna actually have to have some holes in it. So, oh well. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. So let's do 8. So I'm gonna be able to lift it up, but if I'm gonna do that, I might as well make it physically correct. So I know. Okay, so 2 spacing. Oh, then tell me, you know, since you've been using Blender so long, what was the one feature that was like, yeah, this is becoming legit? Or, yeah, what was the one feature they thought, okay, this is now becoming a legit tool, and what was the most important feature that helped you become better at it? This thing working out. So let's see. Down. I never struggled with the limited feature set, as I was not experienced enough to complain about these features. Angles are the big thing about Blender. Yes, I remember that. For me, it was also in Max, just Boolean, like, oh, this is beautiful, this literally fixes every problem I have. Oh, I was so young and innocent, as we were all. But Angons were big as in a new thing, or a wrong thing, or I mean, big. Or just a practice that was constant. Okay, this is looking nice. Oh, it didn't exist. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I couldn't do that when I started learning Blender. That I completely understand. So let's see. Let's separate this. Okay. This. This. Oh, then should smooth it. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, this actually starting to look okay. Let's add a modifier to solidify. Ooh. No. Not like this, boy. Not like this. Oh boy. A little bit something like this. Yes, this is good. Oh, 3. Oh. So this is gonna take a little bit of time. So at least 5, whatever. Okay. So much for planning. Okay, this thing doesn't understand that it needs. Oh. Okay. This is getting somewhere. Okay, this is starting to look legit. Before this is just theory that it's gonna work. Somebody is coming to the stream and I was like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, cheese grater. Oh. Yeah, I'm looking for robots and cars and shit and environments. Yeah, this part of environment. Yeah, this is a cheese grater now. Bye. This is what I'm imagining somebody coming to the stream right now would think. What's with all the polygons if you're not gonna use them? Ooh. Here. Okay, so now I gotta do 3. gotta see the keyboard now, because actually no, I don't. Oh, it's starting to. No. Starting to lag out a bit. Oh, not 45. Oh, no, not 455. Okay. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. 5. The good thing is when I'm gonna do the other thing, I'm just gonna like reduce and put 2 stacks of these things together. And it's hopefully gonna be fine. Ah, shit, why do I keep doing this? Or whatever, I don't know. Well, let's see how it's gonna be. So if a newcomer comes and says like, oh, what is being a 3D artist like? Is it exciting? Yes, I'm making a cheese grater and it's so difficult to make. Okay, I modeled an iron thing you make your close line. Oh, and a hammer in recent times. Yeah, I mean, hammers are cool. Although making an iron, I would actually like to do that because it's something. Okay, I'll say this. I'm the most fascinated by things that you see every day. You don't think too much about it because people think like, oh, modeling cars is difficult. A couch, it's so easy and so forth. Like they want to do the cool stuff, like. But for me, it's the exact opposite. I want to do like the everyday, monotonous things you don't think about, like a crosswalk signal, a cheese grater, a pot, a pan. Something to help you build a story. Well, a car can build a story, but it's not a story that you usually know, and it's a lot less personal. And God, this is not beveled. And I'm gonna have to reduce all these polys here. Yes. No. The last one is gonna have to stay. Let's do this. Do this. Reduce the one outside because I want a little bit of more of a curve. Although there really isn't a difference, to be completely honest. There really isn't a difference, at least appreciable or noticeable one. But goddamn, this cheese grater looks fine. Although, honest question, how am I gonna... Well, it's exactly the same. So what if I add a little bevel here? It's 0.1. 0.05. 0.0001. 01. Yes, this actually gives it a nice little curve. Okay, I got my thing, my idea. 3 modifiers, keeping it simple. Yeah. Said no 3D modeler ever. Oh, hello, error. Not sure everybody else that just modeling something for the first time. I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally freestyling. If anybody says they know what they're doing, they're lying. They usually don't. So, yes. 1. No, 0, 5. There we go. Beautiful. So now, this on and this on. Calculate, so theoretically it should be fine. Yeah, it's better. It's much better. Oh, I take that back. Ooh! It's nice without thickness. So, so doing this, I think, would be a problem. Actually, that makes it nicer. So just move this. It's funny that it's so perfect, to be honest. Somebody's gonna ask me, what is the highest poly I prop in this entire scene? The cheese grater. What do you mean, the cheese grater? Why just, it's a cheese grater. It's got whole Jennifer 1. Go. So now, slightly better, maybe. So the way I'm gonna do this is you're gonna be able to see just one side of this and nothing else. So just remove subdivisions. Okay, it's gonna look horrible. Let's do a bit of a test, because I'm wondering how this is gonna work. Real transform, blah blah. So this I'm gonna export as cheese height. Ooh, this is a big boy. A big boy. Let's just get this on top of it. Call this export. Oh, helps it has an UV. Export FBX cheese low. Okay. So let's get into substance, which I closed conveniently. New cheese low. No, I'll just get the normal and ambient curvature. Click the cheese height. I'm gonna go to the toilet, so be right back. Just like expected, nothing's. But so let's do this 1-1. See if it's gonna get. No, still nothing. She's high FBX. This is the low. Okay. So let's do it like this. So let's try again. No. Whatever. Just project, whatever, doesn't matter. X, she's low. Oh wait. She's low. Export this again. Export. She's low. And this. Am I writing cheese right? Is it? It's with an S. I'm writing Z. Doesn't matter. Slow, whatever. But now it should work. Yes! Look at this! Look at this! It's perfect! Oh, goody. But it's looking like the exact opposite. So, I mean, you see it. If you see the hole here, you're gonna know exactly what it is, or how it's positioned. Wow. Okay, cool. So I am happy with this. I am very happy with this. So I just gotta figure out how to add the smaller cheese part. But fuck it, let's just no. Oh, come on. No. Let's just have it be like this. Bless me, thank you very much. Yes. So let's do it like this. There we go. So now this has to be somewhere here. I'm not gonna bother with modeling everything exactly the way it is, just because that would be insane at some points. And I am not insane. No. I'm not that. Not insane. Yes, very human. Yes, very normal person. So let's see. So how would this bake is the question. Wait, where's the thing? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is cheese loaf. Let's get both of these things together. Ooh. Oh. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Good. Epic cheese loop. And this one is Epic cheese high. Beautiful. So let's try this. Okay, so there is separation here. Now this is a good idea, but there's a few things about it that's bothering me, so so let's try it. Let's try something. Faces. So okay. I take this and move it a little bit closer. Now we're just gonna connect this part here. Now we're gonna go to town. Very slowly. This eliminates everything. So, theory time. No. Okay, so let's just get this higher. A little bit. There we go, perfect. This is perfect. Now let's just extrude it out. This one's gonna hurt a lot. Yeah, let's just remove this. Is there a... No, there isn't. Okay, cool. That is glorious. Okay, perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now this is basically this. Actually, I don't even have to do this. Face reduce this. Okay, so this is just gonna be like a flat out bake from high to low. Actually, no. If I want to do this correct, I'm gonna have to duplicate it. Ugh. I'm sorry, computer. I'm sorry. This is gonna be low. Let's isolate this. I'm gonna remove the solid now. Subdivision. We're gonna remove the subdivision. We're gonna remove the weighted normal. And now we gotta remove all of this junk. So we're left with the holes and the thickness of it, but okay, so let's try. I'd like to connect these things together, but it's gonna become an issue here, so now I'm just gonna flatten everything out. But I like that everything's just working smoothly now. I really only want the holes in the cheese grater. Oh, glorious, glorious cheese grater. Viewership is still consistent. That's interesting. If only these things were connected, it would have been so much easier, but hey. I chose to fuck up by joining, so oh well. If I hadn't done that, this would have been already finished. But hey, you live, you learn. So exciting. There you go. Okay, cool. More stuff to fix. This is gonna be worth it in the end. Because I spent so little time on making all the other things. It's like, yeah, one prop is probably gonna be stupid difficult or just like time consuming for no reason. This is that prop. do. Oh, I skipped something completely. Oh, shoot. Ooh, we're going into retro music territory. Am I recording? I'm recording, okay, because if I had to download this, this would be censored halfway. No, not this. So then be glad when this is gonna be over. But at least it's just one prop that is so complex. There we go. Okay, I mean, realistically, I could also have the top portion be where it is. And I could do that. Okay, home stretch. I wonder what everybody else on stream is doing right now. It's like, this guy is apologizing a cheese grater. Why? And in the end, I'm gonna ask myself the same question because it's gonna be under a bunch of dishes in the sink and nobody's gonna notice the detail in the cheese grater. Modeling, ooh, pipes. Pipes are so fun to model. I wanted to do a modular pipe set for Unreal, but I hate the fact that the models have to have a texture associated with it, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because I'm not that well off texturing, or I'm lacking a certain feeling how something should work, and I don't know, so I just didn't. But I'm thinking about doing some modular things on stream later on. Gonna sell, but that is later. We'll come and forgot. Oh nope. Okay. Oh shit! Now the in-betweens. Ah, fuck me! I forgot. Origin resets when you restart Blender. What do you mean, the origin? When you're working on a project or for the prop, or explain a bit more, Yam. We shall find a solution together. Oh, this thing good. I mean, when you set an orange into a prop, it should stay where it is. It's not just gonna reset itself. But if you do, if you do this, like Control A, all transforms and then visual transform, that is gonna reset your rotation, your pivots, and basically everything, the size, angles. So if you do that, that will mess it up. Learned that the hard way. Yeah, listen to Lion. Leon. I'll just call him Lion because it's easier. Leon. Nearing completion. Oh wow, what kind of mix did I hit now? Like the 2007 mix? Late 2000s? I mean late 00s. Sunglasses at night. Wow, this is something I haven't heard in what, 10 plus years. That night, so I can, so I can. Oh, Lino. Lino. Okay, Lena. So let's save this. Let's run with this. God, it was so cool to have actual thing here. Depth. This is unusual. In the end, this literally might just blow up and be shit, but won't know until we try. Let's just do it like this. I missed this one. Okay. This is not gonna work. It's happening. So what was the problem, Jan? Did you got it fixed now? We're rotating around the cursor. Incidentally, I use like fly mode to look around, not the regular, like, I don't know, holding Alt or whatever, Shift. So I wouldn't honestly know. Oh, this is fucking... Oh, this is no good. When I'm gonna do a quick recap of this, like on video, it's literally just gonna be me moving left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. These have to be deleted. Has to. Which that's gonna come later on. No! Shit! Got it. So let's do it like this now. So actually no, I'm not gonna fix that. Shut up. really confusing because everything looks exactly the same. In the end, it's just not gonna work. And I'm gonna be sad. Oh, so sad. No. I literally could have used an array for this. And I literally just remembered that now. I'm a smart person. Is that good? I don't know. You tell me, this is the kind of music I usually listen to. Ah, shit. Messed this up. Good. There actually is a thing called the Boiler Room, where they play exactly this kind of music just live. So I think it's either a place here or it's an international thing and just the event shifts locations every time. Actually, no, let's... I tried so hard to do this and now I'm just like literally wrecking it. Ah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Actually, no, this one can stay, this one can stay, and this one also can stay. This one is a bit fucked, so let's just extrude this, flatten out, all around here. Okay, connect this, connect that. Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry, I'm not looking that much in chat because I'm really focused on this thing. Oh boy. I'd love to go to a boiler room event though, to be completely honest. I know this was here once, or maybe it's here all the time, I just don't know, but we really don't have good clubs here, like they're all shit. Okay. This. Let's just take a look at this. Sure, no problem. Oh boy. Okay, almost last row. I'll say this is by far the most painful thing I've done in recent time. Yeah, I did a lot of stupid things. This just takes the cake. Haha. Let's go. Oh, there's an issue. What is this? Hello. Oh, I see. Oi, oi. Oh, it's done. Hey. Oh no, it's not. One left. There you go. Finally done. Why is it that crooked? Okay, let's try something else also. Ah, no. So right now I gotta do one more thing and I'm done. At least considering this thing. Let's see. This. Okay. Okay. It's getting better. This. Hopefully it's gonna work. If it's gonna be as crooked as this, oh boy, this is gonna be not fun. Nope. Ah! Perfect! Oh, sorry. All the people passing by your street don't even know a man anywhere is making a cheese grater. Yeah, probably. Oh god, it's perfect. It's squared off. Oh, it was worth it. Ah, boy. It was worth the pain. No. Whatever. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. It's so cool. Yes, the cheese grater is done. But one part of it, the worst prop I made. Ooh, I don't know. I would say this is the most. Actually, each and every one of the early props I did, or even just like 3 years ago, when I didn't know the controls of, like, let's say, just automatically filling up holes. So by that definition, every prop was this way. But in terms of the worst, I don't know which one. I honestly don't know. Because there's, I don't know, there's a lot of them. They were all tedious in the beginning. But with my experience, this one was the most tedious by far. With what I had to do, how I had to do it. But not... Yeah, I would say this is this. At this moment, this is the most tedious one. No, vertices. Yeah, you're right. You're totally correct in what you were trying to say. Okay. So with this done, let's just send this to low. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. Because I got all the holes. So when it's gonna bake, it's gonna be transparent. It's gonna be like a bit fucky in the middle, but doesn't matter. Finished it. How long has the stream been going? 3.5 hours. Holy shit. The last time I looked at it, it was like 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now it's been 2 hours additional. Oh shit. I don't care. I'm still feeling great. I'm gonna continue on with this. I'm on a roll. Granted, I should take a break. Actually, let's say half an hour more. Then I'm gonna take a break, because 4 hours is a long time to just continually be doing this. And all I did was, actually, I did a lot. I did a lot, like 5 props. Fixed up a few things, so it's acceptable. But let's just finish this thing, and then I'm gonna call it quits for now. Then again, a few hours break, and then another 4 hours for this, so I can comfortably say that I did an 8 hours streaming. Cursor to selected. Super. Now let's add a plane. Oh, so this is about 8. My hand is shaking a bit. 8 millimeters. It's all around 8 millimeters. It's 8 millimeters thick, even. Totally fine. So let's just see. What's the gap between? Don't matter. No, wait. No. Shit. No. Shit. Oh, okay. It's fine. Wait. Oh, it's... Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Time well spent, I guess. I guess I'm gonna do like this. I'll be honest, my hands are shaking a little bit. It's because all the precise and stiff movements I had to make. Yeah, in the end it's always worth it, like, regardless. I mean, there are things that are not worth it, but those are far and few. let's just take it. Yep, no. So something like this. $6 millimeters. Doubt it, but actually, I can't believe it. No, it's not. It's not. This phone. Okay, let's see. Q. Actually, it is. That is 8 millimeters. I mean, it doesn't look much. Fine too. But that's just the thing. It doesn't look much, but it is a lot. Which is basically all of art. Yeah, this took you what, 5 minutes to do? Yeah, times 20. So how long is this thing? So 5.5. Good. Oh, this song. How big is this? 2.5. We're square here. Almost exactly. God damn it. Oh, my lunch is coming up. I had processed meat for lunch, for breakfast today. Despite saying I'm gonna try a vegetarian diet. So much for that! So 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try to start with this one. Yeah, this is fine. So now, this is gonna get a nice little bevel. And suddenly 9 viewers. Wow, this is a number I haven't seen in a long ass time. And the music is very fitting. Basically, the music changes, the cheese grater stops, and everything is beautiful. No! Okay, so now that's now just this corner, and we're just nearing completion, boys. Should've. Oh, no, 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 too many steps back, too many steps back. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Let's see. Oh, no, too much. How to fix this? Yeah, about that. Oh, come on. I forgot to bevel this little thingy. Phone again, give me a moment. Jo. Jestem doma. Well, I'm going out for coffee. Or a beer, as basically. Because I know I'm not gonna drink a coffee. Oh. So basically I gotta finish this. And then we're off to the races. Okay, goody, 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 goody. So, shade smooth. Ooh, horrible. This. Normal. If this is gonna work now, it's gonna be great. If not, I'll just redo the housing if I already spent like 2 hours making the grader. Or the worser. Hey sir. Hey sir Spamalot. Yes, I am modeling my kitchen. And this is a cheese grater, and you have just missed a 2.5 hour of me making this. And the other hours, I basically just made 3 props. So yeah. And I'm just finishing up this thing before I head out. Cause it's gonna be 4 hours in 50 minutes. It's gonna be 4 hours of streaming, and I need a break. Hey, Lino. Oh, this is beautiful. It's actually working. I actually made the cheese grater. It's so pathetic. Oh, pathetic. Oh. You can tell I rushed to the last part because it just doesn't fit. But to be honest, it looks exactly like it. It's just that this is a bit bent. Oh, I'm just so tired. don't want to work. Oh, English again. Shit. Okay, but I'm gonna fix this. Let's put this here. It's just not up to the standard that I wished it to be, but again, it's just a thing and nobody's gonna notice it. And now it's already better. Oh, no. Slightly here. Okay, cool. This could have been done better. We got errors here. Okay, so okay, let's just we didn't see that. We didn't see it. That was T, select this. Okie dokie, so there you go. So sending this a bit out so it looks thicker than it really is. And now it is better. Now it legitimately is better because it looks like it's more stable than it is, and it has got more heft than it actually has. Come on. Just gonna move this a little right here. And now this is done. Should I do the low poly? Yeah, I'll do the low poly. If I get a call, I'm just gonna like eat the hell out. I'm gonna eat the fuck out. Cheese holder high. Cool. And now low. Now we remove this, I'm seeing stars. So let's see. This is gonna be fine. This is not gonna be fine because I fucked up this part. You know what? This holder, I think I'm gonna have to redo, because if not, the topology is gonna fuck me over real bad. Or is it? Partially, I'm partially bothered by this, but at the same time, I'm not. It's one of those things that nobody's gonna know. Literally, nobody's gonna notice, except everybody in stream. But oh, thanks for the follow, sir. Spam a lot. I don't have sound notifications on, as you can tell. But yeah, let's see. Can I reduce this anymore? No, I don't think so, and I'm not going to try to. This is gonna be the worst topology I've ever done. But hey, sometimes you just don't need to care. And this is it. This is gonna be my oh. Oh, this is horrendous. So something... oh, here it is. There you go. And you don't need more than that, to be honest. Because as long as the high poly looks good, the low poly is not going to be any trouble at all. Maybe a bit of trouble here. So let's just add a support loop. No. So here, this. Oh, and here there is a support loop. Oh, okay. So like this. Transform. There you go, and it's good enough. Let's do a test fit. because all of this should fit in a let's add textures to this. Actually, I should have done it before. So let's do this. Utensils, even though they're not, let's just call utensils. Copy. Paste. Okay. So now I'm gonna put it on one texture to see if to make sure that it's gonna fit on a, well, I'm just gonna put it on a 4K texture or just like texture, blah blah whatever, and to make sure that the size of the quadrants, I'll explain that soon, is the same as the rest, so when everything's baking nothing looks too out of place if it's a high poly or a low poly. So now we're gonna put a texture here, image texture. I know that this is me just trying something, not sure if it's correct. Once more in my kitchen, never bothered too much with utensils, got around only modeling a few. Well, I already did so much, so basically this is, the rough environment is done. A few things here and there, but basically this is done. The outside is kind of done. So now it's basically just adding stuff to this. And maybe a little bit of invisible texture, like on the wall. I hate that I see the cross. Like on the wall, or like a little subtle texture that you can't really see or notice. But it's gonna make up a large portion of the scene when it's gonna be finished, and it's gonna be rendered this way, and a few left-right details. Of course it's not done, it's still missing the trim here. It's still missing pots and pans, and then I'm gonna add particles like just like floating steam. We have some errors on the walls here, so things are still gonna be fixed. The window is not gonna be there, just because. Maybe some lighting issues, maybe some this. There's an error here, because like there are a few errors, and obviously this is the only thing that has the error, which I downloaded. So yeah, let's see how this works together. Yeah, this is ugly. So okay, let's see. Actually, this is perfect, because if I look at this, let's just, no, actually it's still very very tiny, so I'm gonna have to make this smaller. So about here, so this square is about the size of this, so I still have enough space to put all the pots and pans, to put the floor. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna have to put this back in its position so that I can bake it from the high to the low quality. Yes, first impressions count, and this is the end of the stream. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a fun 4 hours. Now I'm gonna go for a coffee or a well-deserved beer or 7. Yes, you may spam the kitchen image. I'm still not gonna, when I get the call, I'm gonna skedaddle out of here, but till then, I still have no problem staying here. So freely spam the kitchen, no filters, no nothing, no limits. Now, damn, this measuring tape, so sad. Let's save this, okay, let's see the kitchen. I can say that material-wise, I want a material like this, but I'm very, very angry that I'm not gonna do this. This is looking nice, this looks nice, the lighting looks nice. Actually, this is really freaking nice. May I ask, what material do you use for this? Because I am very bad with materials. I am very bad, but I'm guessing this is not. This looks like cycles. I call it blenders, yes, 273 render cycles, 10k samples, yes, it looks wonderful. You can tell that's a ray tracer. I love this material, like, what is this material? Metal was an anisotropic shader mixed with a glossy one. Oh, okay, cool. So basically, oh, this was so cycles everything. God, I love the pipe metal. This is like so perfect. Like, I love this. What is this though? Wait, there's something. What is this? Is that supposed to be soap or something? I love that you added the metal even here. Like, this is a nice little touch. Actually, oh, you know what? I might try and texture this scene using reference images, and if it looks good, it's gonna look good. If it looks bad, it's gonna look bad. But I love this. Very, very cool. But what is this? This is trying to steal soap? Or a piece of plastic? The ladle. Good. This is good. This is good. Very, very, very cool. This 3 years ago. See what else you do. Oh, you made cornflakes. Very cool. Very. Actually, I think I've seen your portfolio because I somehow remember this piece. But I'm not completely sure. No, this is the RC car. I haven't seen this. This is something that I'm like, yeah, this is fucking fantastic. Yeah, I know that it's a thief, but I just like don't know what he's trying to steal. Let's just check it back again. Oh, that's a chocolate? Ooh, this isn't chocolate. But yeah, this is, I can taste this. I love when people do these kind of things in Substance, because I'm not good at this kind of mathematical thinking of things. Granted, I haven't tried that much. But I would like to do something like this just to see if I can do it, but I know I can. I just have to get some time to make it work. But I love this. This is from our old Volkswagen, if I'm not mistaken. Volkswagen Beetle. Yes, is it? Could be. Doesn't matter. Well, boys, I gotta go. It was fun streaming, so take care and have a nice day. Jo. Ja, pridam. Ajde.